Let me just save you a shit ton of money because you are being over marketed to, and I would not buy collagen gummies. And there may be a handful of outliers out there, but for the most part, almost all of them are pretty scammy. Same goes for anything that's marketed as native collagen, which is a whole different ballpark. That is not for your skin, your hair, your nails, your joints, any of that stuff. That is theoretically for your immune system. This comes from an article I'm working on, if any of these collagen supplements are worth it, and all the doctors I spoke to basically said you need hydrolyzed collagen. That's because it's the only type of collagen that your gut has a chance of absorbing, and not even 100%, just like some. And if you want me to get into some of the ones the doctors I spoke to actually recommend, I will, but it gets even wilder. A lot of the doctors and influencers on here will tell you you need at least 5 grams a day to see measurable difference. Now, I think, this is just my opinion, that could be to sell you more product. Because there's a bunch of data showing that 2.5 grams a day may be enough to see some good stuff. And some of those doctors and experts will go even further, saying if it's under 2.5 grams, you won't see any benefits at all. Honestly, from the research I've looked at, the jury seems out on that one. I would tell you that reading the labels really carefully is probably going to save you a lot of time, energy, and money. So this is one of the very popular collagen gummies out there. 5 calories seems great, right? But each gummy, and it's a 1 gummy serving size, contains only 100 milligrams of that hydrolyzed collagen. That means you need 25 gummies to reach that 2.5 gram amount. And if you want to hit the 5 grams, you're doing more than a bottle. And taking that much is not just insane on a sugar level. Please take a look at the labels. What are the real active ingredients here? Vitamin C, vitamin E, biotin. Look at how much biotin is there. That's a sort of absurd amount. And zinc. And while all of those are great, there's a whole other body of research suggesting that everyone who believes biotin is their miracle probably isn't even deficient in biotin to begin with. Anyway, there are a few that I think are good, but I think overall this industry is real scammy, a little bit predatory, and I'd rather see you save your money. Obviously, you should talk to your doctor. I am not your doctor, but there's some more interesting research out there. There may also be a difference between marine collagen and bovine collagen, marine coming from fish sources and bovine being from cows. Just so we're all on the same page, we're still talking about hydrolyzed collagen, not native collagen, the stuff that looks like this. That's because when those proteins are hydrolyzed, they are broken down into peptides. The peptide molecules in marine collagen are very often a lot smaller. Teeny tiny collagen peptides are absorbed more easily by the gut. According to some research out there, and admittedly it's somewhat limited, those marine collagen peptides may be absorbed up to 1.5 times better than the bovine or mammal ones. I'll put a bunch more information in my next free weekly newsletter. That information is here, but the bigger point is don't spend a ton of money on this before you really know what you're getting. Just so I don't get sued by the gummy market, this is like 99.9% of the gummies. Sure, there may be a good gummy or two out there on the market.